This is our 2017 report on wastewater status. I want to start by saying, I say this every year, this is a 24/7, 365-day-a-year department. We have to keep it running to support our residents and the businesses of the parish. With that, I'm going to start with the accomplishments of 2016. This is projects. We've completed the Primrose Sewer Upgrade project last year. It came in early and under budget. And I can say that the last few projects we did have come in early and under budget with no problems. We have the Anna Street lift station relocation. It's ready to bid, awaiting funding. The funding is there as soon as the loan is approved and we get the final paperwork done on that. Same for the St. Rose sewer upgrades. Everything is complete. It's ready to bid. The Ellington sewer force main relocation has begun. That's proceeding pretty well right now. They're working, in fact, they're working on it as we speak. The Kelowna force main upgrade has gone out to bid. Sea Level was a low bidder. They also are the bidder on the Ellington project. They got this project too. This one here is being funded by a grant, so it's not coming out of the loan. Accomplishments on maintenance and miscellaneous. We located and repaired major sources of I&I in the parish. This is an ongoing issue here. We upgraded electrical controls at some lift stations. We pulled, inspected, and brought all lift station pumps to factory specs. That, again, is on a continuous basis. We added odor control units to 2 lift stations. One of them is in Muntz, and one of them is the Primrose lift station. And we have some small units at some other locations throughout the parish. Our CMOM program is rehabbing damaged line, both point repairs and lining. That goes hand in hand with number 1, repairing the major source of income. Major source of I&I. I&I is really a problem with the parish, with our systems being as old as it is. We upgraded some PLCs at the HAHNVILLE plant and the DESTREHAN plant. We added some additional telemetry. The SCADA system. Primrose is on SCADA. I'm in a process of right now and upgrading one of our lift stations on Lakewood South. It's a problem lift station, and I've got some pumps ordered there, and we are going to add SCADA to that, so when we do have a problem, we can address it right quick. The plant status, DESTREHAN wastewater treatment plant, this operating per design. This plant is going on 17 years old. Excuse me. Last year we treated 1.246 billion gallons of sewer, which is down about 101.101 billion gallons from 2015. I added this year because when doing rain, and this will go hand in hand with the I&I. If we took our average dry flows, what we treated would have been 0.949 billion gallons. That's a delta of 0.297 billion gallons, or 24% of what we treated is I&I. I&I is infiltration and inflow. We hauled 1,476.48 tons of sludge to the landfill. That's down 148.67 tons from 2015. I left these pictures in here. This is our DESTREHAN plant. This plant looks the same. It looks better in some respects than when he first took this plant over 17 years ago. But it comes at a cost. The HAHNVILLE wastewater treatment plant is operating per design also. We treated 0.857 billion gallons of sewer, which is up 0.22 billion from the 835 billion gallons last year. This plant, the average dry weather flow with no rain would be 0.547 billion gallons. The delta of that is 0.310 billion gallons, which is 36% of what we treat there is I&I. As you can see, these numbers are adding up. Out of HAHNVILLE, we hauled 986.42 tons of sludge to the landfill. It's up 7.44 tons from the 933.86 the previous year. And these are some pictures of the HAHNVILLE treatment facility. The Lulen oxidation pond, I put on here operating per design, but we're struggling with this one. We need some major upgrades to the Lulen oxidation pond, and those are being planned. We treated 0.627 billion gallons of sewer, which is down 0.012 billion gallons from the 639 billions last year. The average dry weather flows would be 0.365 billion gallons. The delta there is 0.262, which represents 42% of what we treat at the pond is a result of I&I that go into that system. There's no sludge haul from the pond, from our oxidation pond, and this is our wetland assimilation program. These are some pictures of the pond. We have to do some dredging of that little cell in the lower left-hand corner there, and that's being planned right now, what we're going to do there. The totals for the year, the total sewage that we treated was 2.730 billion gallons. That's down 0.092 billion gallons from last year. This is where it gets interesting. The average dry weather flows should be about 1.861 billion gallons. The delta there is 0.869 billion gallons. 32% of what we treat throughout the parish, it can be contributed to I&I. And I went one step further on this one. The cost for the additional treatment, which is I&I, is 1,016,000 gallons. And that's based on an actual cost, pardon?
Dollars.
What I said?
Gallons.
Oh, dollars, okay. It all ends up being dollars. And that's based on the actual cost of $1.17 per 1,000 gallons treated. The total sludge hauled was 2,514 tons, down 105 tons from last year. The total maintenance cost, just maintenance now, is $995,605,000, which is up approximately $14,000. That's $14,000 more than last year. Last year it was $60,000 more than the previous year. Our work orders and complaints in 2016, we processed 1,782, and we completed 1,782 work orders with 100% completion rate. We're pretty proud of that. Total complaints handled was 818. Out of those 818, 141 of them were residents' problems that we addressed. Request for service in 2016, the engineering staff processed and approved for tie-ins to the sewer 99 residentials, 4 commercial developments. We had no residential subdivisions last year. Now, we will have some this year, and some of them started last year, but none of them were done last year. We processed and issued 125 permits for residential sewer use. Out of that 125, only 99 actually tied in. And we processed and issued 13 permits for commercial use this past year. We got into our employees, and these are required by the Department of Health and Hospital. We have a total of 54 employees right now. 41 of these employees hold licenses. 30 hold licenses in 2 categories, collection and treatment. And by class, we have 21 Class 4, which is the top license, 7 Class 3, 6 Class 2, and 7 Class 1. 13 of our employees do not hold licenses, and these are all either recent hirees or they're the office staff that don't require licenses. Goals for 2017, and it's to complete the St. Rose sewer system upgrade, which is that's critical. That'll handle a lot of take care of quite a bit of I&I. Complete the Anna Street lift station upgrade. Complete the Kelowna Force Main. That's from Highway 3127 to the HAHNVILLE plant. We need to upgrade the HAHNVILLE wastewater UV disinfection system. It's too small to handle the flows that go through the pond right now. I mean, through the system right now. Our permit allows us to bypass it, but we have to do something about that. Upgrades to the Luling oxidation pond, that's critical, and we're working on that, pushing real hard to get that started. One of our goals is to seek additional funding sources for projects. Continue with our CMOM compliance. Our inspection hydraulic modeling for the West Bank, that's ongoing. Our GIS, confirming all wastewater data, East and West Bank. Ongoing is hire and retain qualified employees and training employees for DEQ certification. That's ongoing, and that's pretty tough. because of what they have to go through. And that pretty much sums up my report.